That we can't overlook. You never overlook any opponent. We can't base everything just off power.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I want everybody to know that it's gonna be an upset.
Floyd Mayweather has praised Lamont Roach after reportedly training with him, saying people are too quick to critic without understanding the work he puts.
Another big fight. Two great competitors going out there to show the world what they got. Tank has been on a big stage for a while now, but we all have to give somebody else the opportunity. Before I became TBE, somebody had to give me the opportunity. So what Tank is doing is giving another tough competitor an opportunity. He's tough. And when this fight first was made, I didn't know much about this fighter. Then I had a chance to do my homework and look him up. And I faced guys like this before, you know, and this is a guy that we can't overlook. You never overlook any opponent. We can't base everything just off power.
Lamont Roach's private workout showed his sharpness, speed, and discipline. His ice footwork was precise. His combinations were crisp, and his defense was on point. Roach looked locked in, focused, and ready for war. He's training like a champion, proving doubters wrong and showing why he's a real threat in boxing.
He almost hit you. See that? Hold me. I know what y'all think I'm gonna go. I go that way for a reason. I wish this girl recorded. I wish she recorded.
Lamont. Roach's training footage is looking incredibly sharp. His speed, footwork, and technique are on point, and he is showing impressive improvement. Every punch is crisp, and his move looks fluid. He has been refining his craft, making sure every aspect of his boxing game is polished and ready for the biggest fight of his career. Lamont Roach has made it clear that this fight will be an upsetting night for Tank Davis fans. He believes that people are underestimating him and that he has the tools necessary to pull off a major upset. Roach is confident in his game plan and knows that he can expose weaknesses in Davis's style.
But came to fight. It was a very competitive fight, good fight.
Yeah, definitely.
You wore him down. I remember very well. Wore him down, took control, looked very impressive. And the rumor is, not the rumor, the facts is, you have a fight coming up in a few weeks versus Gervonta Tank Davis.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I want everybody to know that it's gonna be an upset.
But came to fight was a very competitive fight. Good fight, you wore him down, I remember. It very well wore him down, took control, looked very impressive, and the rumor is not. The rumor, the facts is you have a fight coming up in a few weeks versus Gervonta Davis. Yeah. How you feeling? I'm feeling great. I want everybody to know that it's going to be upset.
Big one coming up in a month. Another guy you called several of his fights, Gervonta Davis, fighting Lamont Roach is a significant favorite. Do you think Roach is being undervalued as an underdog, or it will probably go the way people think it will go?
Roach is coming up in weight. He came up in weight too. I don't see. Honestly, I don't see him. He's a good fighter, but I don't see. He's nothing in his past tells me he's going to beat Gervonta Davis or even be competitive with him. And I'm not. It's not a denigration of Lamont Roach. He's a good fighter. He won a title at a lower weight, and that was a surprise to some people that he did get, even though he was a good prospect. So it's just hard to imagine him beating Davis.
The other Davis is fighting for a world title 2 weeks before in New York against Morenchik.
Oh yeah, Keyshawn Davis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fascinating fight, and a really, really good fight. And, you know, Davis has looked really good in his recent fights, but this is certainly the best.
Renowned boxing analyst Al Bernstein has expressed skepticism regarding Lamont Roach's ability to defeat Tank Davis. Bernstein points out that Roach's past performances lack evidence of the power necessary to overcome a formidable opponent like Davis, who boasts an impressive record and multiple championships. Roach will need to prove that he belongs in the ring with a fighter of Davis's caliber.
Biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 will probably be Gervonta Tank Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevens.
And what is it about him? Because I know he have a lot of good attributes, but do you think he has enough power?
Well, it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out there. He's asking, can he fight the best? I believe his contract is coming to an end, so hopefully we can come together and I can take him to that next level and give him the fights that he wants.
The boxing community has voiced concerns about Davis's selection of Lamont Roach as his next opponent. Critics argue that Davis is avoiding more challenging fights against top-tier contenders, like Shakur Stevenson. Some believe that Davis should be taking on fighters with bigger names and more established records instead of facing Roach, who is not yet a household name.
Lamont Roach is a good fighter, but and I'm happy to see a fighter like Lamont Roach, who's had to come up the blue-collar way, get a big opportunity, get a big payday. But now that I've said that, it's an underwhelming fight, and everybody's saying that because it's true. And this is a fight that would have made more sense for Gervonta Davis a couple years ago, back when Gary Russell was rumored as an opponent. And this would be, you know, like a good DMV rivalry, you know, two guys from the DMV area. But in 2024, when Tank's already headlined a lot of pay-per-views, it's underwhelming. And, you know, before the Gervonta Davis fans try to come at my throat, I get it. Lomachenko walked away from the table. Of course, that's after, you know, some years earlier of Tank saying he wasn't interested in that fight. Fight was never officially negotiated by Top Rank or PBC, but for years, Gervonta had no real intention of fighting Lomachenko. And now Lomachenko has walked away from the table now that the fight's available. I understand that. I understand Shakur Stevenson really is opting more the Williams Zepeda route. I understand that Teofimo Lopez has only really called Davis out once the Lamont Roach fight was really being talked about around Canelo Berlanga fight week and was close to...
Boxing figures like Claressa Shields and Oscar De Hoya have weighed in on the Davis-Roach matchup. Shields acknowledges Roach's potential but emphasizes Davis's proven track record and formidable skills. De La Hoya, on the other hand, believes Roach is being overlooked and could surprise many fans if he comes in with the right strategy.
I have anything good to say about it. So obviously, you know, it does matter. What's up, everybody? It's your man, Sean Zattel, getting ready. So obviously it does matter. And just like Teofimo, Shakur, Lomachenko, they haven't exactly convinced me or the public that they really want to fight Gervonta Davis. I don't think myself or the public are that convinced he really, really wants to fight them. And he has leverage being a draw at the box office that he is. So my challenge to Gervonta in 2025 is make it happen. You bring the money to the table. I know you can't tie someone up and force them to get in the ring with you, but you have the response. With great power comes great responsibility. He's one of the faces of boxing now in 2024, heading into 2025. Make it happen in 2025. Call these guys up if you have to. I guess Spence and Crawford talked on the phone to help make a fight happen. So do what you got to do, you know, throw your weight around. Make one of these guys get in the ring, call them out, because again, I'm not convinced that I'm not letting off these other guys off the hook. You can't do this whataboutism where you just pick one side or the other. Oh, well, Tank's ducking Shakur, or Shakur's ducking Tank. No, they both got to come together and realistically show the boxing world they want to happen, because fighters always tell us if two guys want to fight, then the promoters and all that can't really get.
Despite being a world champion, Lamont Roach remains relatively unknown to the broader public. This lack of recognition contributes to the perception that Davis has chosen an easy fight. However, Roach's supporters argue that his underdog status could work to his advantage as opponents may underestimate his capabilities. In the ring, fighters who go in overlooked often perform their best when they have nothing to lose.